TGIF, another 2-0 sweep, a 17-7 run, and we got a full 15 game slate. Let's talk some baseball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we made it to the end of the week. Congratulations, and we had another 2-0 sweep yesterday, a nice 17-7 run in the last 24. I've been talking about us going on a hot streak soon, and luckily it's happening right now. I want to keep it going as long as possible. So before we get into it, reminder, the NBA Best Bets video is out now. We are on a 4-0 run there, been rolling, and we got two more games to talk about. So go check that out. But in baseball, we got a full 15 game slate. That's right. Gotta love baseball, huh? You just got a ton of games practically every day. Before we start anything, of course, that means the baseball fun fact. So here we go. And I got a bonus, actually. I got two of them for you because it's Friday. Why not? And my dad joke in that NBA video, it was just below average for sure. But here we go. BJ Upton and Justin Upton both hit their 100th home run on the exact same day. If you know who those are, you know who I'm talking about. But that was interesting. And then a bonus. Joe Carter ended 2 World Series in consecutive years. First with that famous walk-off, and then the next one on a putout. So just thought that was interesting to end the World Series and end the MLB season altogether in 2 consecutive years. So anyways, in this video, we're going to recap yesterday, and then we got all the research help. Starts with the good hitter matchups. Then we talk good pitcher strikeout matchups, and they are on an absolute roll, guys. They are on a 5-1 run now if you've just been blindly taking the overs on those. And then the pitcher report, and then we'll talk our best bets and wrap it all up with the bets recap. Hit that like button, leave a comment below, and if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button as we inch closer to 24,000 subscribers. It's absolutely unbelievable. I cannot thank you guys enough. So let's get it rolling, and it starts with the recap. All right, there it is. 2 more beautiful green check marks. We had the under 11 in the Washington Rangers game and the over 7.5 Cleveland Houston. Those were both alt lines. The under 11 was never a doubt. The Texas Rangers scored early, and that was about it. I mean, that game was well under. And then the over 7.5 Cleveland Houston, this was a little sweatier. Houston couldn't get anybody in when they had runners in scoring position. They finally did at the end of the game, and the game ended up, I think, with like 10 runs or something. So that was a nice winner. And then the second one, Kyle Harrison, over 14.5 outs. And Cleveland team total over 1.5. It was just a alt line parlay in a way that we added today. But Kyle Harrison was 15.5 outs last night. I saw it go to 14.5 at like minus 180 or something today. And I like that because that's a big difference, 5 innings or having to go back out in the 6th. And sure enough, he ends right on 5 innings thanks to a nice ground ball double play as his pitch count was getting higher. And then the Guardians team total over 1.5. I mean, it wasn't supposed to be a sweat. And luckily it wasn't because they got 2 runs early. But they never scored again. I mean, they only scored 2 of those 10 runs in that game. But either way, it's a win. 17 in the last 24. As you guys know, who have been around for this season, we dug ourselves a really crappy hole, but we are digging out of it now, and we are practically back to even. And so hopefully we can keep this rolling. But anyways, that's the bets recap. And now let's talk those good hitter matchups. All right, if you like these hitter matchups, we have 16 of those for you. And now I go in order of most at bats to least. So on the bottom right, you know, 6-7 at bats is not a lot, not a heck of a lot, but I did want to just include those because why not for you guys. But the most at bats, Justin Turner, the veteran, 16 for 39 with 6 extra base hits versus Patrick Corbin. By the way, happy Patrick Corbin Day to everybody. And then we had Mookie Betts against the 40-year-old Charlie Morton, 10 for 32 with 3 extra base hits. I'm not going to go through all of these. We don't have anybody that has a ton of home runs, as you can see, but still some good averages. Charlie Blackmon, the veteran down there in the bottom left, 6 for 10. George Springer, of course, against Patrick Corbin as well, 4 for 9 with a home run. And so on and so on. So take a screenshot. Hopefully this helps you go get some winners today. And now let's talk some arms. All right, we got 2 good matchups for you. And if you've just been blindly tailing these, you are 5-1 in your last 6. I should probably just take my own word and make these all best bets, but I haven't been lately. So let's talk about the 2, and then we got one that almost made it. But Tanner Bibee, however you want to say it, going up against the Angels. Angels 5th highest K percentage versus righties this year. We talked about a lot at 25%. And Bibee, 35 Ks in 31.1 innings. The problem with Bibee, a little bit, Bibby, whatever, is the inconsistent K numbers. 3 games with 8 or more strikeouts and 3 games with 4 or less. So take that for what it's worth, but that's hopefully a good starting point in case you are looking into it. The second one, Tanner Houck versus the Twinkies. Twins, 6th highest K percentage versus righties this year at 24.9%. And then Tanner Houck, 41 Ks in 39.1 innings this season. He's faced 4 teams in his 6 starts. That's right. He's faced the same team twice. He has 10, 7, 2, 9, 4, and 9 strikeouts. A little inconsistent as well, but that's all we got. But the one that was close to making it, Sonny Gray. He's just a great strikeout guy. But the White Sox have been doing a little bit better lately. They're only 15th highest K percent, so they're right there smack in the middle versus righties, 23.6%. But Gray is doing well. I mean, 32 Ks in 23.1 innings. And in his last 2 starts, as he's ramping up that pitch count, he has 9 and 12 strikeouts. So, anyways, those are the best pitcher strikeout matchups. And now let's talk the pitcher report. All right, these are the first 8 matchups of the day. If you are new to the channel and you have not seen this before, we do it every single day. We try to give you the first thing you can look at for all the pitcher matchups so you kind of know what games to go to and just kind of help you out with your betting day. And all the averages right there are on the bottom so you can kind of have something to compare to. But these first 8 matchups, I mean, we got Patrick Corbin throwing. That's nothing special, obviously. But we got some just okay. Cole Irvin hasn't been that great, but Hunter Green obviously is one of the best strikeout pitchers in the MLB at almost 30%. But we got a good matchup in Philly. Aaron Nola versus Jordan Hicks. As you can see by their ERA, their expected ERA, and all those other numbers. Their K numbers are actually a little bit down from what they were. But I do expect those to go up a little bit at some point. And then Kikuchi's been good. Kind of unsung hero there on the Blue Jays staff. 2.94 ERA. Not much higher for the expected ERA, with a high 26.1% K rate. He was not doing that in his last year or two for the Seattle Mariners, I'll tell you that. But anyways, those are the first 8 matchups. You use the walks, the hits, the Ks, whatever it is. But hopefully this helps you get some winners. And let's go check out page 2. All right, these are the final 7 matchups that we have here. We got a good matchup there in Houston with my Seattle Mariners, with George Kirby going up against Ronel Blanco. I mean, as you can see, Kirby had a rough start to the year, but he has been rolling. He has a 3.02 expected ERA. He just struck out 1 million, I think it was, his last start. 28.4% K rate, with still a historically low 3% walk rate, as he gets every year practically. And then we got a huge mismatch in St. Louis with Sonny Gray going up against Brad Keller. That's right, not Mitch Keller. Brad Keller of the White Sox. And Sonny Gray's just picked up right where he left off last year. Other than that, nothing really special. Brady Singer's been pretty decent this year, but he is due for a little negative regression, as you can see, with a 4.16 ERA. And then Dylan Cease, who is coming off a bad start, but let's see if he can bounce back against the surprisingly struggling Arizona D-backs offense lately. So, anyways, those are the last 7 matchups, and that is the entire pitcher report for today, May 3rd. And now it's time for the best bets. All right, this segment of the show is brought to you by our sponsor, Better Bet. That's BTR Bet, the best place to find, track, analyze, and share your bets. Click that link below in the description and check it out. This first bet takes us out to the Oakland Coliseum, where the A's are hosting the Miami Marlins in the game of the day. A's moneyline minus 135. That's right, I've never said that out loud. Marlins moneyline plus 114 with a total of 8 runs. It's time to take a trip down to Nerfy Town, baby. Nerfy at minus 125 on DraftKings is my first best bet in this game. So this is the perfect bet for this game because, I mean, there's a main reason. You only have to watch 1 inning, and then you shut this game off and go do something else or watch something else, because this is absolutely ugly, and I don't recommend you watch this game. But we only need 1 inning, and we need 6 up, 6 down. So we have JP Sears versus Ryan Weathers in this one. Both starting pitchers are a perfect 6-0 on Nerfies this year. Obviously, it doesn't mean they're going to continue to go undefeated, but that's a good start, knowing that they come out of the gate hot. But this isn't necessary just to tail them. This is a huge fade on these offenses. They are horrendous. First of all, the Oakland Coliseum is known for sucking the life out of offenses. We all know that. We've seen that with the A's already this year, because they have scored the fewest runs at home and out of any team in the major leagues this season. And they have only scored a first inning run in like a few games this year. I don't know the exact number, but it is not good. And the Marlins offense, they're not much better, and they are terrible on the road. They have scored the 3rd fewest runs per game on the road at 3.15 per game. This line is set at 7.5 for a reason, guys. So we got 2 bad offenses, just terrible, that don't really score in the first inning or practically any inning. And we got 2 pitchers who have come out of the gate hot, and they are throwing the ball decent this year. 6-0 on Nerfies. Give me the Nerfy in this one, in the A's and the Marlins. And if you don't even want to watch the first inning, I don't blame you. Let's move on to the second best bet. All right, the second one takes us out to Arizona. We got the D-backs hosting the San Diego Fathers. D-backs money line minus 115, Padres money line minus 105, and the total of this game is 8.5 runs. We're going right back to a pitcher prop now. Give me Dylan Cease of the Padres over 16.5 outs recorded at minus 125 on DraftKings. We've been doing pretty decent at these outs recorded. So I don't understand this line. I really don't. I was expecting at least 17.5. He's gone over this now in the 5 consecutive starts. The only time he did not go over this was his very first start of the season, so it's 5 in a row. He has gone exactly 6 innings in 4 of those, and the other one he went exactly 7 innings. That's right. He faced the Brewers, Cubs, and Phillies, so he had some. It's not like he was just facing some bad matchups. So he went in the game where he went 6 innings one time. He had 5 walks in that game, so it's not like he has to have impeccable control in order to go deep into games. All we need for him in this bet is to get 1 out in the 6th inning. So he has 3 games this season. He's just an absolute workhorse where he has thrown 100 or more pitches. You gotta love that from a guy that you need to get outs. The D-backs, I think, are still getting a little overvalued. If you have not been following them, you just think they went to the World Series last year. They're dominant on offense. That is not the case. Corbin Carroll, the Rookie of the Year, has been struggling. This team has been struggling. They have the 25th best WRC plus weighted runs created, which is the overall way of telling how good you are at creating runs and your offense in general versus righties. They are 29th. That's right, second to last in batting average versus righties at 214. They are 26th in OPS, on base plus slugging. You get it. They are bad. It's surprising to me, but they just are bad. And Cease, like I said, is an absolute workhorse. He's going to give you 90, 100 plus pitches. And his last start was his worst of the year. He gave up 5 earned runs and walked 3 guys. And he still went 6 innings, guys. I don't even need the full 6 innings in this one. He's now facing a bottom 5 offense in the D-backs. Give me Cease to go 17 plus outs. Probably to go the full 6 innings again for like the 6th straight time. So, but all I need is 17 outs. So give me Cease. That is my second best bet. All right, this third and final bet takes us out to Minnesota. We got the Twinkies hosting the Boston Red Sox. Twins money line minus 112. Red Sox money line minus 108. Total in this game is 8 runs. Before I get into this bet, this is my third and final bet for the video. Added plays, like always, will be in the pinned comments on X and on Discord. And yes, I know every single Friday we give out RBI props, and we've been on an absolute roll with those. But I'm not going to force them tonight. It's getting late, and I need some sleep, so I will put those out in the morning for sure. So, with all that said, my best bet in this game is another pitcher prop. Give me Tanner Houck over 5.5 Ks at minus 125 on DraftKings. That's right. Congratulations. I'm finally taking one of my K props and the research help that we give out. So you already saw some of these numbers, but Tanner has a 26.5% K rate, as you saw in the pitcher report. But here's the strange thing about Mr. Tanner Houck this season. He has had back-to-back starts versus the same team on 2 different occasions already. That's right. So in the second matchup with the same team, and that was the Guardians and the Angels, he only had 2 and 4 Ks. Advantage lineup. They just saw him. And he struggled with those. But in his 4 other starts this season where he saw a team for the first time, they saw him for the first time, here's what he's done. 9 strikeouts versus the Chicago Cubs. 9 versus the Cleveland Guardians in their first matchup. The Guardians, if you don't know, are a bottom 3. They are absolute elite and hard to strike out. 7 in their first matchup versus the Angels, and 10 versus the Oakland A's. He has blown this 5.5 number out of the water. And big reason he's had elite command, and he fills the zone. He really does. 3.2% walk rate. And the weird thing is he doesn't really throw a fastball at all. He throws a slider and a sinker 72% of the time. He gets a lot of called strikes on that slider in the 84th percentile, which means, you know what, if it's 2-1, if he does fall behind, a lot of hitters sit fastball and things like that. He can just drop a slider right in the zone, right on the corner, and get a nice, easy strike and not get hit around. I think it does help. I've seen him pitch before. I like what I've seen. He has an ERA of 1.6. I don't think he's going to keep that his entire season, obviously, but he has looked really good so far. I think he can go deep into the game. His recorded outs line on DK right now is 17.5. So they're thinking he's going to go around 6 innings, which should give him plenty of opportunity to get 6 Ks. Because, of course, he's going up against the Twins, which we talked about earlier in this video, the 6th highest K percentage versus righties this year. In my opinion, this is a ladder. On this video, I'm just going to give out the 1 unit, but I think there's a ladder opportunity, maybe where you go half unit on the 6 Ks and then maybe go up to 8 or 9. Like I've said, he's done this already multiple times. He had 9 versus the Guardians, 9 versus the Cubs, 10 versus the A's. It's a top 6 matchup, so not a bad option. I'm not saying you should definitely do it, but if you're someone who likes the ladder, I think this is a decent number because I thought this was going to be a 6.5 number for the K's. But give me Tanner Houck over 5.5 Ks as my third and final best bet on this video. And let's check out the bets recap. All right, these are the 3 best bets so far. We got the Nerfy in Miami and Oakland, and then Dylan Cease over 16.5 outs recorded, and then Tanner Houck over 5.5 Ks at -125 on DraftKings for that one. And then, like I said, sorry we don't have time for the Friday RBI props in this video, but they will be coming out. I'll give out 3 or 4, probably quarter unit each. We are 9-3 to start the season. Every single one of them has been plus money. Can we keep this rolling? I don't know, but hopefully we can continue it today. So that's what we got. And then, of course, on top of the RBI props, any added plays will be in the pinned comments on X and on Discord, which, by the way, just a reminder, Discord is free, so go check it out. That's what we got. That was another great week of talking baseball. For those that are new to the channel, no, we do not do videos on the weekends. These videos, with the amount of research help and everything we give out, take hours and hours and hours. We each got 2 kids. We got a busy life, and we need a little bit of sleep and family time. So I will always give out best bets, though. If you always wonder where they are, the best bets on the weekends will be on the community tab in the YouTube, our YouTube profile page with the write-ups. Discord always gets them first with the write-ups as well. And then I put them out on X or Twitter. So just wanted to let you guys know, especially those that are new to the channel. But I appreciate all the support day in and day out. Let's stay hot. Hope everyone has a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.